Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 177 of the Run in the Paint podcast. I'm Miles here with Joey, Ben, and Nick. Guys, how are you doing today?
Feeling good, feeling great. Glad to be back with you guys after some internet issues with the last time.
You got some sunlight issues now. Look at that. Look at the ghosty Joey today for episode 177. No, I'm good too. Let's talk All Stars and third edition of our season long trivia, third chapter in our trivia book today. So gonna see who comes out on top. Me, Joey, Ben.
Yes, sir. It should be a fun one here today. We are recording this actually during the day, a rarity. We're starting this at 1 p.m. on MLK Day. So happy MLK Day to everyone right before all the games start here today. And actually, 1 hour before the NBA All Star starters get revealed prior to today's Thunder Cavs game. So you guys will already know the starters before this gets released here. But we thought that before we found out to give our all-star picks like we do every single year. So it should be a lot of fun here. But first, we're gonna start off with Pirtle like we always do. Nick, who should we guess for our first player?
Well, we were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks in the pre-pod lobby, so that rang Kyle Kuzma to me. We're gonna go with Kyle Kuzma to start today's Pirtle game.
All right, Kyle Kuzma, someone who we will not be talking about here today for All Stars. All right, Eastern Conference guard that is old and wears a smaller jersey number. Immediately, first name that comes to mind is Kyle Lowry for me.
That's exactly who I was thinking. I immediately was like, Kyle Lowry, got it.
All right, let's go. Let's just go Kyle Lowry. Man, all right, that would have been cool if we got it in
Yeah,
time.
that would have been the
All right,
fastest game of Pirtle in pod history.
yes, it would have, but it's going to be someone that's in the southeast that's between the ages 33 and 36 and wears an even smaller jersey number.
So we have Miami, Charlotte, Orlando,
Atlanta, Washington.
Atlanta, and Washington.
what number is Gary Harris? Because he's been in the
Ooh,
league for
well,
a
he's on
while.
He's on Milwaukee this year.
Oh, he is. Oh, he was on Orlando last year. My bad.
What about CJ McCollum?
Yeah, I was just thinking him too because now he's on the Atlanta Hawks.
What number is he? Still number three?
Yes. Want to go CJ?
That would make sense to
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. CJ McCollum. There we
Hey,
yeah,
go.
nice Ben.
Got
yeah.
got number three in number three. Perfect start here on the podcast. Now let's get in to our All Stars. Now, this is always a fun time of year. Of course, this year's All Star format is a bit different with the USA versus World format. It's still 12 players picked from each conference, the five starters voted on by the fans, and the reserves voted on by a combination of media, players, and coaches. I guess first, before we get into our All Stars, we haven't really talked about it a whole lot on the podcast here. Ben, what are your thoughts on this new format for the US versus World format? Of course, every year it seems like they're trying something different to try and make the All Star game a little bit more competitive. What do you think this could do for the game as it comes up in about a month?
Yeah, I like the idea of at least trying it. I mean, I think it's never going to be totally easy to get the players to play like hard or anything like that at All Star game, but there could be some fun, competition there between, pride for like the world, not coming from the USA, then you get the players from the USA showing pride in the United States. So I'm glad the NBA is, trying this out and thinking of new ideas with it this year because last year I wasn't totally the biggest fan of the format. It was kind of a rough watch. It was at times. So I just hope for more entertainment and just, hopefully this not too many commercials, a lot of just some good basketball entertainment.
Yeah, good basketball, and I don't want to see any more Kevin Hart during the game. I think I could speak for all of us with
Yeah,
that.
completely agree.
Yeah, I think we can all agree. We just hope that the game is a better watch because we haven't really had a good, fun All-Star game to watch in a little while here. So hopefully this new
Well,
format can push it up.
they have three chances to get it right as opposed to just one because they're doing this round robin tournament where you have two U.S. teams playing one world team, and then I guess like the one U.S. team will play the world team, the other U.S. team will play the world team, and then the two U.S. teams will play each other. So, I mean, however, whoever wins, you'll have a team. You either have a 2-0 team and an 0-2 team and a 1-1 team, or three 1-1 teams. And I don't know. It's weird that there's not really going to be like a winner of the All Star game. I don't know. I like traditional, like sort of like how it's been in the past. Like I'm cool with expanding the rosters to 15 from 12 to 15, but I like East and West seems the way it's always been, the way it should be. I'm not a fan of this new round robin style tournament. I mean, I will be a fan if it makes the games more competitive, but I just don't see that happening.
I just think the world's going to dominate. Come on. We all think, like, the best players are all from other countries. We haven't had. When was the last time we had an MVP from the United States?
Oh, that is a great question.
Probably pre-COVID, right?
Is it, that's actually great trivia question. I'm trying to think. Is it Harden from 2018? Probably.
I think it is Harden from 2018 because Giannis, Jokic, Embiid,
and Shea.
and
so
Shea.
So yeah, I believe that is that is correct when you put it that way. And we'll see that with our all-stars that we have here today. Should be a lot of fun here. Let's start off with the Western Conference with our picks. Now, as we've done in years past, I had all you
Hold
guys
on.
send them to me separately, and then then this will be our first reaction to seeing all of the all-stars. But Nick, what do you have for us?
I was just gonna say, like the last thing for the MVP thing, it's been 8 years since an American MVP, and it's probably gonna be longer until the next one.
Yep, because Wemby, Doncic, Shea's still going.
Yeah, all these top guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had a discussion of the best American-born player, I mean, it's probably Jason Tatum, who's injured, right, for the whole season. I think he's the only one that made All NBA first team last year. Well, besides Donovan Mitchell, who wants to play for the world team this this season because of his family roots. So it should. So yeah, the world would definitely dominate those games. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe this will have the U.S. team, playing more, with more passion, more energy to try to come out with the win. I'm more of the opinion that I don't really know how it's going to work until we actually see it occur on the floor. I'm going to go into it with an open mind, but I mean, the league hasn't given fans much reason to have an open mind about, the All-Star game over the last few seasons. But with that all said, let's get into our All-Star picks because regardless of how entertaining the game is and all that stuff, these accolades are so important for players down the road for their financial situations. When we look at their resume, when we're looking at Hall of Fame credentials, just ranking players together. So let's get started by taking a look at the Western Conference All-Stars, starting off with the three players that we all agreed will start the game. We only had three players that we all agreed will start the game, and those three players are Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, and Victor Wembanyama. Those are the only three players that we agreed on all starting the game.
Interesting.
So we'll go from that. Now we'll go to the players that we had. There was a mix between if we had them starting or as reserves as well.
Did you guys just leave Jokic off because he's hurt?
I put him on there.
I put him on there as well. So that I put him on there as well. I think Ben's the only one that didn't have him on. We'll get to the full list here. I'll explain the ones we all had consensus picks on. Then I'll show you guys the full rosters. Then we can discuss. I think that's the best way to go about it. So those three starters that we all agreed on, the three players that we kind of had a mix between starters or reserves, were Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Edwards. We all had kind of a mix of them starting or being reserves. The three consensus reserves that we all of us had them being in the second unit. Jamal Murray, Denny Avdia, and Alperen Şengün, all three youngish guys. The first two, we have them all making their first All-Star game this season. having incredible years for the Nuggets and Trailblazers, respectively. And then for the full roster breakdown after all those consensus picks, here are the full rosters. The gold players are the ones that we disagreed on whether or not we had the starters or the reserves. So Joey, Nick, and I all had Jokic in the starting lineup. Ben had Kevin Durant in his starting lineup. I'm, expecting because of the injury for Jokic, but I still think he'll make
Yeah.
it even if he doesn't play in the game. And then our reserves, we had again the three consensus guys, and then four players there at the bottom that were kind of a mix between starters, reserves, or even making the game altogether. Nick, starting off with you, what's the first thing that stands out to you when taking a look at our Western Conference rosters?
The first thing was that Joey left off Kawhi for Booker and Holmgren, which I didn't have either of Booker or Holmgren on there. And then I am also the only one with Austin Reeves selection on my team.
Hmm.
So
That's right.
I don't know what you guys are looking at from Devin Booker and the Suns, because Austin Reeves is averaging 27 on a team with two perennial MVP candidates, and he's got his team, and their team is the 5th seed in the West. I like his case better than Booker this year.
The reason I didn't put Austin Reeves on is because I did take, injuries into account here, and the fact that he's played in only 23 games and he's going to be out for another, couple weeks or so. I'm not sure if he'll be able to qualify for making the game. And in a Western Conference with so many great players, when you're splitting hairs, he kind of had to be left off the list for a guy like Devin Booker, who, while his individual numbers aren't that great, I mean, the fact that the Suns are this competitive and relevant this season, I feel like they really deserve to have a guy on there. That was just my thought process with it.
It's not like Devin Booker's having a bad year. He's still averaging 25, 6.5, and 4. That's pretty good. And the team's doing well. I don't know. I'm with the Austin Reeves though. That's exactly why I didn't have him, just because he's been injured, especially recently, and that's when all the All-Star voting has been happening, and taking that into account. Like, who knows if he'll be back in time for that? So that's the only reason I had him. Kawhi was the tough. I just put Holmgren over Kawhi. Kawhi was probably my first one off, just because I feel like OKC needs another All Star in there, and the Clippers. I know they're playing great, like they're playing much better now, and Kawhi's playing fantastic. In my opinion, it's a little too late. They're still super down there in the standings. OKC's at the top, still pretty dominant. They kind of need another All Star, in my opinion.
Nobody has LeBron.
Ben does.
Right,
Ben
LeBron.
does. Ben does have LeBron. Ben was able to get LeBron, Durant, Kawhi, and Booker on the list. And I know Jokic is also off, but Ben, what was kind of your thought process with having LeBron in the All-Star game? Because that's obviously going to be a big topic as we come towards the revealing of the All-Stars. Will LeBron make it? Is it just a legacy thing if he makes it? Has his play over the last 2 weeks overshadowed the fact that he was injured and then had a rough start coming back? Ben, why did you have all those guys on your list?
Yeah, it was difficult deciding with kind of the last few spots there. I could have went Chet. I forgot about him at first, but then I thought I was like, yeah, LeBron recently has played pretty well. It's just deservable for him. I was still just give him the last spot, and you know I love LeBron, of course. If LeBron's still in the league, it'd be weird not seeing him in the game, and he's played pretty well the last few weeks. So yeah, I just gave him the nod there, that last spot. And then yeah, I didn't have Jokic on mine just due to the injury, but obviously he'd be starting if he wasn't hurt for me. But uh other than that, I mean, the rest is like kind of similar to you guys. Like Kawhi, I think was just been phenomenal as of late, and he just was able to sneak down. But because he's just you know starting to play really well on both ends and yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Well, I guess so. This is what I'm curious with Ben. So obviously Jokic is off due to injury, but if since I do believe that Jokic has played enough games to still make it. I think he's played 32, 33 of the game, so I think he will end up making the list. If Jokic was on the All-Star list, who would you omit from the list, Ben? Because
Ben, let me answer this for you.
that's where it gets tricky.
It's LeBron.
I can answer this in one statistic for you if you want, Ben.
But
Devin Booker is shooting 30% from three.
Is that
yeah,
all
but
that?
the Suns have impressively been starting to win like a decent
Yeah,
amount of games this
because other guys are playing well. Dylan Brooks is averaging 21
yeah.
points a game. Colin Gillespie has broken out as a as a really good starter for them. They've had guys playing well around them. I'm talking about like in terms of lift. I think Booker's
But
off.
but not a but look, yes, the Suns have been playing well because of all those other guys, but the all-star on that team is not Dylan Brooks or Colin Gillespie. They're this good because Devin Booker offensively is leading the team.
And as much as I love
Right, yeah.
LeBron's got to be the one off. Unless the only reason LeBron makes it is because they think he's going to retire and they're going to give him an honorary spot, kind of like they did with Kobe and Dirk those years. And that's the only way I could see it because, like, as I love LeBron, but the man is 41 and he's having career low since his rookie year in basically everything.
Hey, look, the numbers. Look, LeBron is still having a good season. Like, this is still,
Yeah.
like, he's averaging 22, 6 and 7, 51% for fit. Like, he's still having a very good year. But in comparison to all these other guys, I'm just not sure when you take into account that that he missed all the time at the start of the season. For the first 10, 12 games, he wasn't that good. I think in comparison to the rest of the guys, I think that he probably is the one that would be off the list. I think that he will still make the All-Star game because he is LeBron James and there will be a way for him to get into the game. Because even we've had the discussion the last couple of years with the legacy vote for players. Like, it's not like LeBron is having a Dirk season where he's averaging 8 points per game or the Kobe season where he's shooting horrible from the field. Like, he's still having an all-star caliber season, just in a loaded Western Conference where you have to split airs amongst, a lot of different players. I think he's the one that gets left off, especially considering the Thunder having a historic season. Like, I know they've trailed off the last couple of games, but winning percentage wise, they've still won, 80+% of their games. Only the 20th team, if they hold on to this, they'd only be the 20th team in NBA history to have that type of percentage. And all those other teams get multiple All-Stars, and Chet Holmgren, I think, would be the guy to make it as well. So there are just a lot of other guys that you have to take into account here. I've heard the conversation of, if you're talking about last guys to try and get in, is it Şengün or LeBron or something like that? Because do the Rockets deserve to have two All-Stars, or different conversations like that? I give Devin Booker a lot of credit. He's the first guy I had off my list. He didn't end up making my list. But it just shows how deep the Western Conference is, where I think that there were 14, 15 players that deserve to make it. Like, it felt weird putting some guys off the list. Like, even like, no, he's not on a, very successful team, but a guy like Lauri Markkanen, what he's done for Utah this year, he couldn't really even be considered for the list, even though he's having an incredible year.
Yeah. No, this West is absolutely loaded. Like, I didn't even put Kawhi or LeBron in there. It's really weird for that because, like, even though they're fantastic, they're still playing great, man.
Yeah, I can understand. Like for my own personal list, having LeBron, Booker, and Chet all off, but having Şengün and Durant on there, and Reeves. But the one Rocket thing, I would say, yeah, it would probably be Şengün off, over the other guy, which would be Kawhi. Like if I was gonna leave one guy off, it would be between Şengün and Kawhi, and I think Kawhi really deserves a spot, and the Rockets are not a top four seed right now, so having them get two is a little bit of a stretch. But Şengün and Durant are both playing well enough to deserve All Stars. But my main point is that Kawhi is like he deserves it over at least one of them.
Listen, I don't think it's being talked about enough that Kawhi Leonard, for the future Hall of Famer, two-time Finals MVP, he is having a career year
Yeah,
this year at age 34. He's having the best regular season of his career. He's averaging 28 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, leading the league in steals because he's Kawhi Leonard. And he's shooting very efficiently. His numbers, they're not, you round up. It's 50, 40, 94, leading the league in free throw percentage. Taking 20 shots a game. The numbers are up because he's being asked to score a lot more for the Clippers team as they're trying to come up. And he is playing at the highest offensive level of his entire career.
by the way, Jamal Murray is doing the same exact thing in Denver.
True.
Yes. Those guys definitely deserve it. I honestly think Kawhi is going to end up being a lock. But it's going to be tough as well because he's out for the next couple games. And the Clippers, have been super disappointing relative to expectations. But you look at it, how they've played recently. I mean, they've been playing a lot better recently. They're now tied with Memphis in the final spot of the play-in. And by the time that All-Star reserves get voted on, which may not be for another week or so, they could be in ninth. Like, they could be in a spot where they are, legitimately fighting to make the playoffs and do some special things, later on in the season. So that's why I think Kawhi is definitely a lock, but there are a lot of other guys like it, weren't really, sure of. I mean, Steph obviously still deserves it. We haven't. It seems like every year we have the conversation like it doesn't really matter if you're a starter or reserve. It doesn't really say on your resume all time. You started this many All-Star games, you came off the bench for this many. But was it a tough decision for you guys between Ant Edwards versus Steph Curry at all?
Not really. In my opinion, Ant's just been better. Well, not better per se, just teams don't. I think that I haven't looked at the standings in a minute, but are the Warriors still just like hovering around in that play-in?
They are eighth, but they have been playing a lot better recently. I want to say they're like 11-4 in their last 15 games, so they're starting to play a lot better and Steph's playing well. But I would agree, Joe. I think Ant Edwards has been better this season. So that's why I had him higher.
Yeah.
I think he's been better too. I would revert back to my theory, philosophy, justification of lift. Like I think Curry gives the Warriors a bigger lift than Ant gives the Wolves from a night-to-night basis.
Interesting. All right, Ben, you have any final thoughts on the Western Conference All-Star picks here on the podcast?
I mean, look, if Jokic was healthy and able to make it, I mean, unfortunately, then LeBron will be left off for me. But yeah, the West, it's tough with those final reserves. Yeah, it's tough trying to figure it out. I agree, some pretty good players still in the West couldn't quite make our list this year, but maybe they'll be on our list in the future. We'll see.
Maybe they'll get traded to the Eastern Conference and make an All-Star game because
Right.
where we are going next, there's not a ton of talent.
Yeah. I will say, I just noticed if you bring up the All-Stars again, all our locks, all international guys.
Yeah.
Every single person that we had locked are all international guys.
That's
Given
crazy.
the world versus US, here we go.
What you think about it? I mean, if I'm not mistaken,
That might be their team.
on the bottom there are 4 guys at the bottom that we were all flipping back and forth between, all American born players.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it does make it very, very interesting. I obviously will mention these guys again when the reserves do get announced, but the fact that, I mean, Jamal Murray, Denny Abdia playing so well this year to where they are for sure locks for us to make their first All-Star game. I mean, huge congrats to those guys. I mean, those 2 guys should definitely, get shout outs from us for the years that they've had. I know you mentioned it, Nick, with Jamal Murray. I mean, we've mentioned it a lot, his efficiency with having Jokic out the last few games, even with Jokic playing. I mean, on the year, averaging 26 points, 7 assists, 45% from 3. He's been unbelievable. And then Denny Abdia, was he our number 1 guy for most improved across the board on our last episode? I think he was up there. For the jump he's made this year, 26, 7, and 7, and his efficiency has stayed the same while nearly doubling his, volume as
Yeah.
far as field goal attempts, free throw percent. So he's been very impressive. Those 2 guys definitely deserve nods to be in the All-Star game this year. Now let's head over to the Eastern Conference, where there was, definitely less parity. As Nick said, the talent uh, divide is definitely more towards the Western Conference. There's definitely still some guys having terrific years for the Eastern Conference. So starting off with our starters, we all agreed on all 5 starters in the Eastern Conference. So we all
No
agreed,
homer pick, huh?
no, that the starters will be Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Our 4 consensus reserves are Donovan Mitchell, Michael Porter Jr. to make his first All-Star game, Jalen Johnson to make his first, and Jalen Duren from the Pistons to make his first. So 9 of the 12 guys we all agreed on. You guys have anything you want to say about those first few guys?
Exactly what Nick said. Get yourself traded from the Western Conference, come over to the East, and you'll end up like Michael Porter Jr. making your first All-Star game.
Literally.
That's
No.
right. If Michael Porter wasn't doing what he was doing as efficiently as he's been doing this year, I don't think he would have made my list. But he's been so impressive for the Brooklyn Nets this year. So shout out to him.
He's rebounding the ball too. It's not even just scoring on an efficient pace. Like I think he's top 25 in rebounds a game. He's got over seven a game.
Also 3 assists. Like, come on, guys. Who would have saw that coming? Give him the All-Star lock right now.
No, I'm glad you guys weren't turning away from the reality that is Jalen Brunson deserves this spot over Donovan Mitchell this year, because his numbers are better, his team is better, and he's just been playing at a really high level. So I think he deserves this. Not that Donovan doesn't deserve it, but Jalen, I think there's only one spot for the 2 of them because Brown is a lock in the starting lineup. Maxey's absolutely phenomenal this year. And then, Giannis and Cade are the best 2 players in the conference as of right now. So there was one spot left for those 2, and I was really going back and forth. But Brunson, his team's the 1 seed, or I'm sorry, his team's the higher seed. And he's got the lift factor that I'm talking about. Like Donovan lifts the Cavs like nobody else. But if the Knicks didn't have Jalen Brunson on the court, they not only would be losing 28 points a game, they would have no flow of their offense.
I
So
completely agree. Don't get me wrong.
As-
I love this. I
as
love
we
this
kind of-
man, Donovan Mitchell. He's incredible. He's averaging 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists while shooting 39% from 3. He is having a phenomenal year. But the Cavs stink, and the Knicks are great, and Jalen Brunson is leading that Knicks team, like 110%.
I will say though, it would have been a for sure thing for me about a week ago. It was not as for sure after this week. It has been a lot more back and forth for Brunson and Donovan Mitchell there for that last All-Star spot. Because now in the standings, because the Knicks have really struggled over the last couple of weeks, whether Brunson has been on the court or not. It's only a game and a half difference between the Knicks and the Cavaliers right now in the standings, 5 versus 3. So it really isn't that close. And individually, I honestly think Mitchell is having the better season, because the Cavs would not even be close to where they have been this season if it weren't for Mitchell. But I do think overall Brunson, because the Knicks have been better for the majority of the season, I think that he definitely does deserve a spot. But that's not to take away from Donovan Mitchell at all, because he certainly would deserve a starting spot. He has had a career year for the Cavs this year.
another thing I really contemplated when going back and forth between these 2 is like, what is my definition of an all-star? Like, is it and these guys both fit it is what I ended up coming to conclusion, because like Donovan is a very dynamic, like bouncy, athletic, quick, can shoot the ball, like can do everything with the ball, and like that's what I always thought of an all-star is like this dude is an athlete, he's huge and he moves really well, and he's very skilled. So like, yeah, checks all the boxes. But then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like putting Brunson in the second category, where it's like he's undersized, not as athletic, but he gets the job done, and he does it at such a high level that it's that much more impressive. So like what I found out, or what I came to the conclusion of, was like these guys both fit the mold of what my definition of an all-star is. And for the reasons that I said earlier about Brunson just having his team having a better year, and his lift being very imperative to that Knicks squad, is why I chose him.
When it comes down to it, like you can compare stats between all of these all stars we're talking about, all of them are pretty comparable. They're all pretty similar. Everyone's right around. That's why they're all in contention for all stars. At some point, it does come down to how much are you leading your team and how well your team is doing, because that's what's in the news. A lot of the fan votes are going to be going towards that as well if your team is doing well and on the highlights. So it makes sense why that's exactly what I do when it comes down to it. It's like, what team is doing a little better? Jalen Brunson is leading that New York Knicks team to just incredible feats.
Yeah, and shout out to Jalen Brown and
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey for being locks on here as well, because what those two guys have done this year, absolutely incredible. I mean, Jalen Brown, we mentioned the numbers on here before about what he's been doing as a number one guy this year for a Celtics team that it was supposed to be a gap year, and here they are at the number two seed in the Eastern Conference. He deserves a lot of credit, and then of course, the year that Tyrese Maxey has put together, becoming the face of the 76ers. It is now his team, and Joel Embiid plays off of Tyrese Maxey because of how well he's played this year.
yeah, that happened fast, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Well, in the first couple months of the season, Tyrese Maxey was an early frontrunner for like that MVP shortlist. I feel like he was averaging like 30 to 35, averaging like 10 assists or something like that. He was going crazy to start the year.
I mean, we were doing this podcast when Joel Embiid was winning the MVP award, and now he's literally like the third best player in their second or third best player on their team.
Yep.
Yeah, although Embiid is playing amazing as of late as well. The last, I believe 20 games, he's averaging like 28, 29, 30 a game. He's looking like
Second.
MVP Joel Embiid recently. So he's coming back to earth. So the Sixers, if they can get it together, I know they lost a couple times to the Cavs in a couple close games, which could be big losses in the standings by the end of the season.
Yeah,
But,
if you watch the highlights, Embiid keeps getting dunked on. But if you look at the stats, he's still putting up those numbers.
He's not an all-star though, right?
Not an all-star though. He has to play games.
just because he's been injured for the most part. But let's get into our reserves. We don't have Embiid. We have three players that we were kind of back and forth in between. So here they are at the bottom. I went with me and Joey both agreed across the board with our guys.
Let's go, Miles.
Yes, sir. We both had Scotty Barnes from the Raptors, Karl Anthony Towns from the Knicks, and Norman Powell to make his first All-Star game for the Heat. Nick had LaMelo Ball, Pascal Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then Ben went with Scotty Barnes. He goes with two Raptors guys, having Brandon Ingram, and instead of Norman Powell from the Heat, he goes with Bam Adebayo and leaves Karl Anthony Towns off the list. So, Ben, we'll start off with you having Karl Anthony Towns off the list. Why did he miss out for you on the list?
Yeah, I mean, Cats been good this year, but I mean, the defense, I think, is just better for Bam. I've looked at the numbers. Bam's putting up more points per game than the Cat. And I mean, the Knicks, yeah, they're still a better team than the Heat, but I mean, I've been like super impressed with Cat overall this year. He's good, but it's been like amazing this year. So it's how I gave Bam a nod. Yeah, I know. It's interesting going with two Raptors, but I thought like, well, Ingram and Scotty Barnes, I mean, they were debatable for me. Both were playing around as good this year. Thought were like, with the last few spots, two of the just best players left there, in my opinion, based on how they've done this year. Like Scotty can, get you doubles, on nights, and maybe even a triple double. He plays pretty well defensively too. He he's he and Ingram's got a bit more looking like Ingram he was in the Pelicans a few years ago. He's been putting up some good numbers offensively overall this year. I think he's tailed off a bit as of late Ingram, but overall still a good player. He just barely made it onto my list.
I'll tell you what, Ben, I love that thinking too because when I'm sitting here making my list, I'm like, which Raptors should make it? I'm literally debating between those guys, and I'm like, who is the best player on the Raptors? Debating through these two. So I love that you're just like, all right, Cat, I'm not really impressed by what he's doing this year. The Knicks, although they're a high seed, I mean, overall, they've been very rough over the last 2 weeks. Let me just put both Raptors guys on the list, make it easier for myself. I like that thinking a lot. I could agree with that for sure.
I would love to see if Brandon Ingram make it over Cat. I would love that. I just don't think it'll happen because of the New York media and the how big their fan base and all that, everything good that goes into them just being New York City. But
What's with the cat hate, man? I don't get it.
what's with the LaMelo love? Why do you have him on there? That's my question, actually. Now
Dude.
I want to answer that.
Take it one step at a time, first of all.
I get the Siakam because he was my first one off. Even though the Pacers are god awful, it is not his fault. He is fantastic. LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo's averaging 20 and 7 on pretty decent efficiency, and the Hornets have won games.
Their team.
You could put their whole lineup up for contention. Like I thought, Con Kneppel was in discussion, and I was like, I can't do that. I went to Brandon Miller, and then I'm like, let me just pick LaMelo because that will catch me the least amount of flack. That he deserves an All-Star spot because he's averaging like 20, I think 7.5 assists a game, which is top 10 in the league on decent efficiency. I think he's at 30 in the last 5 games. He's at 41% from three. Like he's shooting the ball really well right now, and the Hornets are playing well right now.
You know who's also shooting 41% and averaging 24 points and is actually in the play-in? Norman Powell in the Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a one-dimensional player. LaMelo Ball is a dynamic all-star player.
LaMelo is also one-dimensional. He is good on offense.
No,
he is terrible
you don't
on
watch
defense.
basketball. Tell me, no, he's not.
What?
Norman Powell scores. He's a scorer.
So is LaMelo.
LaMelo's top 10 in assists. I said that. He's dynamic. He's versatile. He does other things. He makes shots nobody else can.
He does not help his team win. I will die on that hill.
All right. Die.
I will die on that hill. He has been
the Hornets are winning
multiple times this season. He has been taken out of the clutch time, and they have won games because he has not played. They put him on the bench even though he wasn't injured. He had a fantastic game coming off the bench. One of his greatest games of the season is when he came off the bench. But why did they put him to the bench?
I will say the Hornets do deserve some love for playing better over the last week or so. They just had a very impressive West Coast road trip where they went 3-2, smacking the Lakers, the Nuggets, and they smacked the Thunder, and at the turn of the calendar year, very impressive victories for the Hornets. I don't think he deserves it over Norman Powell. I don't think 2 weeks of the Hornets playing well overshadows the Heat, who although they have been, more downward after their great start to the season, we had a, very solid month and a half sample size of the Heat winning games with Norman Powell being, their lead scorer. There's also, mentioned different dimensional player. Norman Powell, one-dimensional LaMelo Ball. I mean, there's also different roles to the team. Norman Powell is asked to score the basketball, and he does that at a very, very high level, an efficient level at an all-star level. LaMelo Ball, we can say over the last few years, has not been a winning basketball player. That's why we've included him this season in the Trae Young conversations, in the Ja Morant conversations, because they're point guards that could put up good numbers, but do they really impact winning? And he hasn't really done that throughout his career.
Yeah, well, Sam Hauser went 7 of 10 from 3. Give him the All-Star nod if that's all it takes, is to score the ball.
Sam Hauser shot 10 for 21 from 3 the other day and
Whatever that number was.
0 twos. It's dropped 30 points.
That was my point. Plug Sam Hauser into Norm Powell spot. You got an All-Star.
No.
How does one game equal a consistent
season?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense. Why? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I'm using your logic.
What?
How?
One game versus a full 40-game season?
You said Norm's job is to score. Sam Hauser's job is to score. Plug Sam Hauser into Norm's spot, and he does the job at the same level. 10 for 21 is
in one game.
Though.
That was one game, though. Norman Powell is
not, though. Sam Hauser would not. Sam Hauser in Norman Powell's role would not give you what Norman Powell is doing right now, because Norman Powell is the better basketball player.
He's gone.
That is wow. I was not. That is hilarious. LaMelo Ball versus Norman Powell. This is a very interesting conversation. Ben, what are your thoughts on the? I keep going to the Western Conference one. I mean, heck, Ben once again doing the smart thing here, was able to get away from both arguments here, leaving both of them off his list.
Yeah, I've thought about them a bit. I didn't think they were quite good enough, but I mean, I think Norman Powell would be more deservable of an All-Star than LaMelo, just because. Well, the Hornets, yeah, they've had some good games recently. LaMelo, I think he is starting to play a bit better now, but I just think over the year, of how it's gone so far, that he played some good basketball, and Norman Powell was, along with Bam's, played pretty well, along with that, I would say.
I don't know, man. If you told me that Tyler Hero was going to be out, I think probably over 30 games at this point.
Yeah.
I would have guessed Norm's averaging more than 23.5.
What does that have to do with it, though?
That he should be getting more shots.
Well, he also does have another potential All-Star on his team in Bam Adebayo.
Oh, let's stop right there, because this dude put Bam over Cat. Let's stop right there. Bam ain't no All-Star. First of all, Cat has taken a step back to make the Knicks better. And talk about doing your job well. He's on less shots. He's shooting less efficient because I don't know why. He's just having either a down year or he's like it's a new offense and stuff. So he's not getting the same shots that he did last year. But he's averaging almost a dozen rebounds a game, over 11 rebounds a game. And that was the question. That's my biggest question with the Knicks can you win a championship with Karl-Anthony Towns as your center? And he's doing everything in his power to make me think about that even more. So he's doing his job. He deserves to be an All-Star. They're a top 2 seed, and he's the starting center, and he averages 20 and 11.
Top 3 seed. They're third.
I just don't think when we say the Knicks he stepped back to make the Knicks better. I don't know if I agree with that.
What's his shot diet like?
In this, because this is what I would say about the Knicks this season. Of course, things are so skewed because of how the East is this season with it being wide open. But if you take a look at the Knicks record,
he's taking 3 less shots a game. 3 less shots a night than last year.
But I'm saying that hasn't really helped this team get better. They're 25 and 17 while they're the 3rd seed. If you look at it overall in the league, they've got the same record as the Phoenix Suns.
But that's not the point. The point is to get other guys shots and get them in the flow of the offense, so that in June you know what your roles are and you're set in it. That's why you take 3 less shots a night.
Oh, I think Cat definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game, but this is a different conversation than what we were saying with the whole Norman Powell, LaMelo Ball thing.
It's completely different.
I mean, I think Norman Powell, definitely deserves to make it.
I got worked up because Joey said Bam was the second All-Star on the Heat.
Potential All-Star. I said the reason he's not averaging 26 plus for Norman Powell is because he has another potential All-Star. And Bam is a former All-Star. So, yeah, he is an All-Star. Maybe not this year, but he has been. You don't just lose that title.
And that was back. I was saying Norm should be averaging more than 23.5 based on the fact that Hero's been out all year, and Bam, he had a down offensive year last year, like really bad, and he hasn't been in the headlines to be like, oh, Bam is back. He's back to being all-star level. So like Norm, if his job is to score and he's only scoring 23.8 and he's your lead guy, like I'm telling you that LaMelo's doing more for that team.
Winning, but they're still winning.
What's their record? What's their record?
The Heat are 22-20, and the Charlotte Hornets are 16-27.
Yeah, 60. Norman Powell
okay,
averaging 24.
Whatever.
It's a career year for scoring, and his job is to score. But it's also on a Heat team that, with their new look offense, the whole point is to get other guys also involved as well. They average 28.5 assists per game. They move the ball as well. And if you want to take a look at it, he's not averaging 26 a game, which I think is better for them because he can average 24 while Jaime Jaquez is averaging 16 off the bench, while Wiggins averages 16 as a starter, while all those other role players are getting involved.
You don't think LaMelo could average 40 if he didn't average 8 assists?
Wouldn't lead to winning. It's been proven the last few years. He's having the worst year since his rookie year when you look at his numbers. He should have been an all-star last year if we want to go by that as well. But that's not what it's about. Last year he averaged 25, 5, and 7.
The Hornets are playing much better than they have been.
Right, but that's not. I don't think that's a 2-week period of them going 4 and 5 should be over the Heat over a full season being 22 and 20 or whatever they are. Like a better basketball team. Norman Powell, I think, has been a better basketball player.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
All right. But yeah, definitely. All right. I was not expecting LaMelo versus Norman Powell to be the end all be all here on the podcast. But yeah, very interesting all-star roster here in the Eastern Conference. As we mentioned during the previous episodes with these first-time all-star guys, like the years that the two big Jalen's are having, Jalen Johnson and Jalen Duren, have definitely been nothing to shy away from. I mean, obviously the Pistons being the 1 seed is been one of the more impressive stories in the league, and Duren has definitely taken a step 18 and 11, and Jalen Johnson becoming a near walking triple-double this year has been very impressive as well. I know he's struggled over the last few games, but he's still having an incredible year. So all these guys definitely deserving of making the All-Star game.
Can you guys see I know we got Hallie coming back next year and Tatum coming back next year, but could you see Jalen Johnson or Jalen Duren competing for a starting spot in the All-Star game next year, maybe? Like maybe Jaylen Brown falls on out. Maxey doesn't have as big of a year. Brunson and Mitchell can't decide who's better. So like let's do the Ben Axelrod theory and just put Jalen Johnson and Jalen Duren in the starting lineup.
As starters, I'm not sure. Maybe Jalen Johnson if he also becomes a way better scorer as well. And it becomes my goodness, this guy's averaging 28, 11, and 9 on the season. Then it's like a no doubt thing. But also for him, it's got to lead to winning, which is the next step for him in that, Atlanta Hawks team. Jalen Duren, I think it'll always be tough for him because he's the second guy on that team. So Cade will be the starter, Yeah.
Jalen Duren's success completely relies on Cade Cunningham getting him the ball. Most of the time. Most of the time. He's done a little bit more self-creating things this year, but the team's success is definitely more, important. And, it also comes down to reputation, for a while. Yeah. So, if Jalen Duren was putting up the same numbers for the Miami Heat, because he's not Bam on a bye, I think Bam would have still made it over Jalen Duren just because Bam has made it before. I think it comes down to name and reputation and what you're doing. So that the Pistons being the 1 seed allows him to go ahead and make, the jump like this. Agreed.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate spending much more time on the East than the West, but
I did not either.
I have hate in my heart for Norm Powell now. Thank you.
I didn't know that your heart was so full of LaMelo Ball, though. I'll be completely honest. I did not know that.
I'm just calling as I see it.
Yeah. Shout out to LaMelo and Norman Powell. I watched LaMelo now somehow make the game over Norman Powell.
Well, considering that he got his spot relegated after the media and player votes got turned in the last couple of years, I don't necessarily anticipate him making the game.
Yeah, would definitely be
Who
something. But
knows?
there are our all-star picks. Let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on all of our rosters. Once again, here's the full Eastern Conference for us four, and here is the Western Conference. The West with more parity, but the East with some more debates and arguments. Very, very interesting here on the podcast. But now let's get into our third chapter, as Nick said, of our head-to-head trivia here on the Runnin the Paint podcast. Of course, it's always a statistic-based thing from our previous two entities. I'm trying to remember what they were. One of them was if you averaged like 13.7 it was 7 rebounds and like 40% from 3 in a season. And then I'm trying to remember what the other one was. It was, some specific stat-based thing. We got another fun one here today. It's gonna involve you guys to probably get in your bags a little bit here. For this statistic. It's another one where we got just one for each team. Here it is. Every team's all-time leader in three-pointers made, but it's among retired players only. Current players are not on the list. Obviously, since the game has become more modern, a lot of teams have, a player that's still active in the league that just became the number one leader in three-pointers. But I was thinking, let's try and show some love to some old-fashioned throwback players here.
Well,
the OG sharpshooters in the NBA. So this is every team's all-time leader in threes, but among retired players. Overall in the season standings, Joey's got 3 points, Ben has 2, Nick has 1. The way it works is if you get first place in the game, you get 2 points in the season standings. Second place gets 1, third place gets 0. On this list, there are about 5 to 6 players that I think that we're not going to get. I wouldn't have even gotten them if we were trying this list. So I'm thinking once we get to 20 or 15 to 20, depending on how long this goes, then we'll cut it off and we'll stop until we have a clear, decisive winner.
Okay, well, let's decide. Is it 15 or 20? Probably 50. It's up to you because you know all the. I would. Yeah, it's up to you. This heavily favors is definitely weighted in our pod historian's direction. Joey, the
whoa,
the longest tenured Earth goer, the longest tenured human on the planet.
Wow.
So,
wow. Call me old, SE.
I'm just giving you the favorite odds.
You're just calling it how you see it. I see.
That's right.
That's funny.
Don't make me get my ref shirt and my whistle, man.
That's right. But all right. So now the question is, so we can try and speed this up. How much time do each of you guys want? As you go 10 seconds to name a player, because you guys will also have time to think of players as we.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
I think 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay, let's see. We'll have Nick, since he's last in the season standings. We'll have Nick go first. We'll go in reverse order of the standings. We'll go Nick, Ben, Joey on this list. So let's get started.
Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller.
Correct.
Okay.
And I will say, if you guys guess a player that is, well, I guess never mind. These would all be first players. But if I can tell you guys where the player actually ranks on the list, because some of these players, because of how the current ones are ranking on the list, some of the guys that are on that qualify for this are like 5th or 7th on the all-time leaderboard. So,
All right,
Ben.
Pick something quickly here. Houston Rockets, James Harden.
Current player, not correct.
Oh, shoot, that's right.
They're only retired.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will go Dallas. Is that Dirk?
Correct.
As my dog Dallas is snoring really loud next to me.
The Lakers one has to be Kobe, I think.
Correct. All right, back to Ben.
Okay. Huh. Celtics. Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is correct.
Ooh. All right. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is Milwaukee? Is that Ray Allen?
Correct.
Let's go.
He is second on their on the all-time list. There you go.
Let's see here.
So far, good start. Nick 2, Joey 2, Ben 1.
Is the Spurs Manu?
Spurs, correct. Manu Ginobili.
Nice.
All right, Ben. Five on the shot clock.
I'm not gonna get many more.
Chauncey Billups.
Incorrect.
Oh, dang! I thought you had it.
For the Miami Heat, is that James Jones?
Incorrect.
Oof. Okay.
I don't know, man. Is the Bulls Michael?
Bulls, no.
Damn. Oh, I know.
All right, back to Ben.
Let's see if I can maybe figure that out.
Please do, so Joey doesn't get it.
What? No. No.
Okay, let's see. Wait. Son Steve Nash.
That is correct.
Nice
Oh,
pick.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Bulls, Nick? Is the Bulls? Is that Scotty?
Nope.
Scotty Pippen?
Incorrect.
No.
Steve Kerr.
Nope, incorrect. Ben.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Huh.
I will also say all the logos on there are for the current team, but for teams that relocated, like the Thunder also includes the Sonics, the Pelicans includes the New Orleans Hornets.
Oh, if I knew that,
These are the current.
be
the
pulling
current
out all
team.
my Supersonics picks, man.
So it goes back in the.
You don't know any Supersonics. Stop it.
All right.
I know Sean Elliott.
All right, I'm going here. Heat. Dwayne Wade.
Incorrect.
Sacramento. Is that Peja Stojakovic?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. He always tortures me in 2K. I'm like, who is this?
All right, Joey ties it up.
I think I'm gonna guess Tayshaun Prince for the Pistons.
That is incorrect.
I got some picks for that Pistons too. Then
Ben, a chance for the three-way tie.
Oh boy. Jazz John Stockton.
Correct. We
Oh.
got ball game.
Yeah.
3-3-3.
all right. Is the Atlanta Hawks? Is that Kyle Korver?
Atlanta Hawks is not Kyle Korver. Shockingly, it is not
What?
Kyle Korver.
So are these the number for their whole career or for their when they were with the team?
It's their
Yes,
stint.
the number is when they were with that team. Three's
Okay.
for that team.
I'll guess Ben Gordon for Detroit.
Incorrect.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Now Ben.
Warriors Chris Mullin.
Incorrect.
Ooh, okay.
Not bad
Uh,
though, Ben.
Is the Detroit Pistons, is that one of my favorite players, Richard Hamilton?
Incorrect.
No.
I was probably upset. Is Penny Hardaway the Magic?
Orlando Magic. Nope. Incorrect.
Oh, I actually think I know that one. I hope I do.
Predict to me.
Oh, I know that one now. Now that Joey knows it, I know it.
Magic Jameer Nelson.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Let's stick on the Magic train. Is that 3D Dennis Scott?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis Scott.
Good pull by Joey. Players
Let's
only,
go.
baby.
3D.
All right, back to Nick.
Mm.
Joey now with the 4-3-3 lead.
OKC, Daquan Cook.
Incorrect.
That's a good pull. I like that pick.
If the number was like 73 instead of 973.
Let's see. Warriors Baron Davis.
Incorrect.
Ooh, I thought you had it.
Is the Cavs Mark Price?
Yes, it is. Mark Price.
There we go.
Yeah,
Who's
we knew how
fifth
this was
on
gonna
the-
go.
5th on the all-time list.
I was like, come on, guys. We all know Mark Price.
5th on the all-time list of retired guys.
No, on the Cavs all-time list, he's 5th, but he's number 1 among retired players.
Oh, I see.
Because the rest of our guys are still playing somewhere else.
Is Atlanta Josh Smith? There's no way he hit that many threes.
Incorrect.
I was going to say, there's no way. I thought you were about to guess Charles Barkley for the Sixers.
That's probably on. Yeah, I got that one queued up next.
Okay. Hornets Glenn Rice.
Incorrect. Good pull, though.
Ooh, that is a good pull. Is the Sixers Allen Iverson?
Yes, it is. Joey's on fire now.
There we go. AI's taken over.
6-3-3 the lead. Joey on a 3-0 run here.
Is Washington John Wall?
No. Incorrect.
Okay.
Boy.
So we already got 12 of the
Raptors
teams.
Vince Carter.
No, incorrect. I would have thought that would be right, but that's incorrect.
Is the Hornets Del Curry?
No. Shout out to Del Curry, though. Going to get his jersey retired. Just came out of the last week or so.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Is the Rockets T-Mac?
Houston, incorrect.
Good guess, Nick. Thanks, Nick.
I was going to say, I honestly was going to guess that probably.
No, that is a good. No, that's a good.
It's me. It's getting tricky. Ooh.
Oh, I know this one.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Somebody.
I just gotta be Ben so I can get a point and get into
Trailblazers,
second place.
Brandon Roy.
Portland, incorrect.
Oh, thank goodness.
Love Brandon Roy. Is the Knicks Mello?
New York, nope, not Carmelo Anthony.
Denver's Mellow.
Incorrect.
What are you trying to do?
What do you mean? You guessed him for New York, and he was there shorter than Denver.
We'll do one more round, and then when it gets back to Nick, if you guys want, I can give you a hint on either their era that they played in for this team or their position.
Okay.
Try to make it a little easier.
I was gonna
Bulls-
guess Mellow Denver before you said Mellow New York, and that was a better guess than Mellow New York. And then you got on blast, and you got me on blast. We're saying, what are you trying? That was a better pick than yours.
All right, Ben.
Grizzlies, Mike Miller.
Grizzlies, Mike Miller. Yes, correct.
Nice, Ben.
Let's end it now. Just end it
Wow.
now.
Is the Knicks John Starks?
Yes, sir.
There it is. It was one of the two. I went for Melo.
All right. Now, do you let me know if you want an era or position for a team?
Give me the Bulls.
Bulls is a guard that played in the 2000s, who is second on their all-time list. Number 1.
Derrick Rose.
Incorrect. And you also, just because you get just because there I told Nick the team, you don't have to just stick on that team. You can get another hint.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Hint for the Heat one.
Miami Heat. Guard from the 90s.
Guard from the 90s.
Oh, I think I know that one.
Oh boy. Tim Hardaway.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Nice, Ben. Is the Hawks Jeff Teague?
Incorrect.
No.
Hint on Detroit, please.
I'm gonna say that Atlanta, I think, is one that we're not getting.
Bob Pettit.
Nick, that threes weren't invented in the 50s.
What'd you want, Nick? Pistons?
Detroit, please.
Guard in the 90s.
Guard in the night. These guys guards in the night. Oh yeah. Well, pace was high efficiency in the 90s. I don't know. I don't have a guess. I don't have one.
You're passing? All right, Ben.
Okay.
I can't think of 90s guards that played for Detroit.
The Bad Boys.
Oh, I can think of one.
Let's see. Hint for Warriors.
Warriors. Guard in the 2000s.
Ooh, okay. I've already said a few names out. Mitch Richmond?
Incorrect.
No, okay. Yeah, there's only one popping up.
Jerry, are you gonna take the Detroit one?
No. I'm not gonna ask for a hint still. Brooklyn
much
Nets
pride.
or New Jersey Nets? Is that Jason Kidd?
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Update, breaking news on the podcast from Shams. Eastern Conference All-Star starters. Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Cade, Jalen Brown, and Giannis. We got them right.
Nice.
Hey, yeah.
Where's LaMelo? Is the Detroit one? Is it my turn?
Yes.
Isaiah Thomas.
Incorrect.
Great.
The wrong guard, Nick.
Well, I don't know any others.
I bet.
See if I can get this. Boy.
We are 15 teams. We'll go to 20 and then call it.
All
Alright. Nets Richard Jefferson?
Incorrect.
Nope. Okay.
Is the Pistons Joe Dumars?
Yes, it is.
There it is.
Oh.
Finals MVP.
Yep.
Grandpa wins. Fucking shocker. Freaking. Sorry, kids. Have to go back and put a little bleep on the pod.
Yeah, all right, Nick.
Hint for OKC, please.
Forward in the 2000s.
So when they were still the Sonics.
Yes.
Who's that dude that dunked on everybody?
Sean Kemp.
Yep,
It
him.
was in the 90s, Nick.
Incorrect.
He's my guess. He's my guess, Joey.
All right. Let's see. Timberwolves, Latrell Sprewell.
Incorrect.
Joseph Sproul's pass?
All right, let's see. Is the Portland Trailblazers, is that LaMarcus Aldridge?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
Is Washington Bradley Beal? Oh, he's not retired.
No, current player.
Might as well be.
Ben.
uh,
That's fire.
okay. Um. What's a hint for the Hornets one?
Guard in the 2010s.
Oh,
Oh,
Kevin Walker?
yeah,
Yep.
there it is.
Man, I was
I was
thinking
hoping
about
that-
maybe
I was
going
hoping
without
that
a
that
hint.
one-
Okay.
I was hoping that we wouldn't miss that one.
Yeah. Is the Denver Nuggets, is that Alex English?
Incorrect.
Is it Fat Lever?
Incorrect.
That was a serious guess.
I didn't laugh. I knew it was a serious guess.
So don't laugh because it was serious.
Well.
This is sneaky. Ben still has a chance here.
Don't tell him that. Don't give him hope.
What about me? You don't think I can name the rest of them?
Hey, actions over words.
Yeah. Wizards. Gilbert Arenas.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Whoa! Hey. Yeah.
How about that, Ben? Back within one. And are we doing? I forgot to mention. Are we doing? Did we do the Connect 4 rule in the last one?
We have done it in the past.
Or when you got 4 in a row, it's another point.
Yeah.
Okay. We should. I don't know why I forgot to mention at the beginning because now it's going to be big here because we got a chance for a couple here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to go for one right now. The Thunder, is that Rashard Lewis?
Yes, it is.
Yes, let's go. There's 4.
Big time. That's +2.
You guys can have fun with the rest of this.
Hey, try to stop Ben at least. Try to help me out.
Who hasn't gotten a hint for New Orleans?
New Orleans is a wing player in the 2000s.
Oh, yeah, of course. I know this. The New Orleans Hornets. Gerald Wallace. No, that's Charlotte Hornets.
Incorrect.
New Orleans Hornets.
Charlotte
Okay.
Bobcats.
All
Okay.
right, Ben. Now, see,
Oh, Charlotte Bobcats.
All right,
could
I'm
have
going,
Ben could have a starting 5 here.
Yeah. Clippers, Corey Bargrith.
This dude's just making people up.
This is a creative player. This clearly is not.
No, Corey Maggette. Incorrect.
Corey Maggette. Yeah, that's who I meant.
Corey, you were trying to say Corey Maggette?
Yeah.
All right, Joey.
Oh wow. Okay. Is the Brooklyn Nets? Is that Drazen Petrovic?
No, but it's not.
He's the best shooter of all time, though, in my opinion.
That's right.
Well, besides maybe Steph Curry.
Any guesses I would throw at this point would just be disrespectful. So
Let's. Okay.
I don't have anything.
Okay. All right, Ben. See, this is a tough. I'll tell you. I mean, Ben, I'd go for that Blazer one. You could get +2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. All right. Portland Trailblazers. Nick Batum, is he retired yet?
Incorrect.
No, okay. No.
He's still playing. Is the New Orleans one, is that David Wesley?
Incorrect.
Is Portland Trailblazers Wesley Matthews?
Yes, Nick with the
No.
steal.
Nick, you stopped him! Thank you!
Back from the dead, baby.
Unbelievable.
I love you so much, Nick.
I actually thought about him for Atlanta.
You know what? I take it back. LaMelo Ball over Norman Powell. I take it back.
Is Wesley Matthews a twofer?
No, there is one actually. There is a duplicate on here.
Huh.
Breaking news for the Western Conference. Western Conference starters: Luka, Shea, Jokic, Wemby, and Steph.
Yep.
So is that Nick?
Wow,
Correct
okay.
Nick is correct.
I've been right about everything this entire episode, so.
All right. Is it my turn again, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Clippers, Danny Manning.
Incorrect.
No.
We'll go one more full round after Joe, since I mean it's essentially clinched.
All right. Chicago Bulls. Can I get a hint?
Guard 2000s.
Oh wait, Nick already asked that. I forgot.
Yeah.
Is that Ben Gordon?
Incorrect. I already guessed. Or no, he was guessed for someone else. I'm sorry.
I guess for the Pits.
Still incorrect.
Yeah.
Still incorrect.
I got one for Brooklyn. Devin Harris.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Not bad though.
Good guess.
Yeah, Nick's smiling. Good pick.
I'm thinking now. I'm like, Brooklyn's still up there. Denver's still up there.
Let's see. Houston Rockets, Trevor Ariza.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Boy.
Yeah.
Maybe it isn't clinched yet. Maybe Ben's got some more pulls.
Let's see. Is the Nets? Is that VC?
Incorrect.
Vince Carter. No.
Gosh, this is so tough because there are still gettable.
Jason Kidd.
I already guessed that.
Oh.
Incorrect. It's tough because there are still gettable players. Like Ben could still, come back in this.
Stop! Don't tell him that.
I said there are gettable players.
It's these Brooklyn and Houston and Memphis, I think, are all gettable the way that he's talking.
Atlanta, he said he wasn't gettable.
Did we guess Ray Allen for Miami?
Well, hold on. Well, it's Ben's.
Hold on.
Miami's already done. This is what I would say. Out of the ones that are remaining, Atlanta, I don't think is gettable. Chicago is gettable. Brooklyn is gettable. Denver's gettable. Toronto, I don't think is gettable. Neither is the Clippers. Warriors is gettable. Pelicans is gettable. Timberwolves is not gettable. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Are any of them from the 2010s?
Yes. 2 of them are.
2 of them are.
Which 2?
I mean, that could be a free-for-all if we want to do it that way.
No.
I was just going to keep going.
Lou Williams?
Incorrect. No, when I say Clippers, I think is ungettable. Like, I'm not even, like...
Yeah.
Meaning that the players you would think it is, it's not this guy. It's not that guy.
Joe Johnson, Brooklyn?
Earl, it's on Joey.
Well, I'm not going to guess Joe Johnson, but it might be that. Raptors, is that Chris Bosh?
Incorrect.
Joe Johnson, Brooklyn. Incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. Warriors might be gettable.
It is. I already gave the hint. 2000s.
Yeah. See, for me, it might maybe, but I don't know. I can't pick many names really here. Maybe Bulls I could get. Oh.
Here, I think this is what I'll do. I'm gonna go through the ones that I don't think are gettable, so we can cut those off the list, and then we could just keep going through the rest of these.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Atlanta, Mookie Blaylock.
The
Tip of my tongue. I should have got that.
Bulls is still gettable. Brooklyn's gettable. Denver's gettable. Toronto, Morris Peterson.
Oh.
I think I have his basketball card. I probably should have known that.
Oh.
Clippers, Eric Pietkowski.
I wasn't gonna get that.
No.
And then Timberwolves, Anthony Peeler,
Oh.
who is 7th on the list.
Man,
Oh,
The
okay.
rest of these, I think you guys can get. What does that leave us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 left. Who's up?
Joey.
Oh, I am?
I think so. I think Ben just guessed someone. I thought.
I think. Well, actually, no. I don't think I did guess yet.
Oh no, that's right. Nick just guessed Joe Johnson, right?
All right.
Okay.
I gotta try something. Please. Chicago Bulls, Darrell Armstrong.
Incorrect.
No, okay.
Is the Denver Nuggets J.R. Smith?
Incorrect. So that's honestly who I thought I was going to be when I was doing the research for this. That's who I thought.
Pass.
Okay, Ben. After this round, I'll give you guys the era and position for all the teams remaining.
All right, okay.
No, we nearly got them all anyways, but
Gosh, I could be forgetting for these teams. Oh goodness. That's Joe Harris.
yes.
Yes.
There it is.
Joey
There it
Buckets.
Joe Harris, their all-time leader in threes, and Ben is back within 1. Not over yet.
You did say there were people that have like multiple, right?
There's one duplicate on here.
Is the Pelicans, the New Orleans, is that Peja Stojakovic as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Joey's keeping the threshold. Wow, we only just like that, 3 teams left. All right. Bulls 2000s guard, Nuggets 2010s wing player, Warriors 2000s guard.
Pass.
Oh, I know it.
All right, Ben.
All right. Nuggets 2010 wing player. What? Uh-oh. Not getting any names coming up in my head. Oh.
That's, yeah. Feel that.
Yes. Okay. Denver Nuggets, Marcus Camby.
Incorrect.
No.
Is the Denver Nuggets, is that Danilo Gallinari?
Oh yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Incorrect.
Oh,
What?
wow, not
Still
him.
alive.
Wow.
Still alive.
Pass.
Ben.
Okay. get a chance. Something. Gonna say Warriors. Let's go with Tim Hardaway there.
Incorrect.
No. Okay.
Is the Chicago Bulls Kirk Heinrich?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Joey,
Oh,
that took you way too long.
Yeah.
I'm
It
actually
took
really
me way too
disappointed that
long
you
to
didn't get
think-
that.
To think
your
Kirk
first-
Heinrich. Oh,
Joey, that was your guy back
he
in the day.
was my guy back in the day. Nick knows. Oh man,
That
I should have
clinches-
known that.
That clinches the win. Do we want?
No,
any
that
team-
can't.
It has
It's not
to.
right.
It does
It
clinch.
is.
yeah.
All right, do we
Just punch
want
the
any
ring.
takers?
Yeah.
Free for all for Nuggets Warriors. Just do you guys want to?
Nuggets Warriors.
I'll be honest. I was dead set on thinking the Nuggets win was Danilo Gallinari. As soon as you said 2010's wing, I was like, oh, I know this.
Yeah, 2010's wing for the Nuggets, 2000's guard for the Warriors.
You can just say him. I'm so sick of this.
Is the Warriors? No, wait, no. That he played for the Pelicans. Never mind. Or the.
By the way, this is going to be the best come from behind trivia season long story you've ever heard of. I want you to remember this day in history.
Eh,
All right, you guys just want me to give them to you?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Warriors is Jason Richardson.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my.
Should've known
I didn't know
that.
he played there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where he
forgot
started.
about that man.
And then Denver is Will Barton.
Will
Oh,
Barton.
Barton.
Will the Thrill. Oh
I
my
completely
goodness.
forgot.
What
about
number is he
that
all
man.
time for Denver?
Will Barton
Barton. Wow.
is fourth behind Porter, Jokic, and Murray. And then Richardson is also fourth behind Draymond, Clay, and Steph.
Yeah. Dang.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
should have
There
known
you go.
Jay
So
Rich as
Joey
well.
with another first place win. He's got 5. Ben's got 3, and Nick's got 1. On the
Remember
series.
this day.
Unk wins it again. You heard it
First
here
to
from Nick.
10 First to 10 overall points is the winner. So there we go. There's 3 down in the books. What'd you guys think of this this quiz? If you
That was a good one, Miles. Good job.
I
That was
loved
fun.
it, personally.
I like that you did retired plays. That was a good twist, and it got the wheels turning in a different way, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Miles.
Agreed. Great job, Miles.
Yeah, I agree.
Ben, you made
Well,
it
I
tough
hope you
on me
guys
there for a
enjoyed-
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe for more NBA content. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.